Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Daughter, a horror movie that, I don't know, goes after the family, of course. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 10, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So we've got the father of this family, and he's got a wife and son. I'm not sure what the deal is with the mask. I think the son has some sort of condition, maybe, or they're paranoid, and somehow they end up kidnapping a young woman, to be the daughter of their family. So it's some crazy person, raising his son, and it's a psychological journey, because, I don't know, they're going to make her the daughter of the family, and she replaces the daughter they lost or died or was killed. So it's going to be this psychopath forcing traditional stuff on her, and I don't know what that is. That's weird. And eventually it all comes crashing down, and I assume the daughter escapes or tells them, "Oh my God, he's in the wrong. He's in the wrong." Casper Van Dien, Issa Din, Vivian Yo, and Ian Alexander. So it's probably, most of it is them inside and him torturing them psychologically. Written and directed by Corey Dishon. I mean, I've never liked these movies. I'm not suggesting they did it strictly to tear down the family, but they are playing Parcheesi. It's a typical pattern in horror movies. They take something wholesome and they make it creepy. Here he is homeschooling everybody. This homeschooling's evil. It's not something I would enjoy. I mean, they could have made this movie back in the 80s. I probably would have laughed at it, just like every other movie, like in this subgenre. I mean, it's like, old-timey carnival guy kidnaps people to be in his carnival, and they all have to be old-timey carnival people. Ex-school teacher kidnaps a bunch of people to be in his class. Stuff like that. You take anything that's sort of traditional, maybe moderately wholesome in some way, and you turn it into some twisted guy's dream, where he's a pathetic mess, forcing everybody to go through the motions because that's all they are in the movie. Not a fan. Back in the day, they'd have these twisted families, right? Like believe there was a family in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and in Hills Have Eyes and all that kind of stuff. And they'd be like these murderous psychopaths and whatever. I mean, if you like this stuff, I guess. This is more psychological. In this day and age, does it resonate? Does anybody even know what the traditional stuff is anymore? I'm old enough to remember some of it. I grew up in an 80s household. It wasn't, it was fairly traditional, but it wasn't like super strict. People who grew up under a strict father figure like this guy, those people are super old or dead. So who's this going to resonate? Is this going to resonate with the, guy who has a single mom? The rash of single moms in this country. I don't think it's going to resonate with him. He might look at this and, I guess the idea is like, oh, yeah, it's a good thing I didn't have a dad. Is this going to, resonate with people in these broken, divorced families, with these extended families? Oh, there's only one mom and dad? Well, that's weird. I just don't think it'll resonate. It's just an excuse to, I think, do a scary movie in a contained atmosphere, and you've gotten some structure here because you're using the structure of the family to kind of hold it together. You're turning the structure of the family into a twisted thing. So, looks like the first act, they end up kidnapping this girl, and they're holding on to her because they want her to be the daughter, and the father feels they need a daughter. Maybe they can't have kids anymore or whatever. Or he's just a twisted a-hole. And the son is oblivious. The mother is forced to go along with it, I'm guessing. And at first they kind of hold on to her to break her psychologically so she's willing to go along with everything, and slowly they indoctrinate her into the terrible family traditions. But I assume eventually, the father takes it too far. It looks like here, she probably appeals to the mother. Here she is with her clothes all laid out. She has to change her clothes into something more traditional, and so it's this twisted family, and it gets more and more twisted. Eventually, she comes up with a plan to escape, and in the third act, they probably kill the dad, I'm guessing. They probably kill the dad. Maybe the son dies in the process or not. Another way to end this movie is to have the son somehow survive and imply he's going to start his own family just like his father. Maybe the mother dies too. But, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't excite me. It just looks like a bunch of mean, twisted stuff. It's not my kind of horror movie. My kind of horror movie is something I can relate to. I can't relate to any of this. I can't relate to a crazy person kidnapping people. I don't think it's a good hook. Crazy people. Once you introduce a crazy person, it's not a good hook for a horror movie. To me, it's better if they're not crazy, but like maybe they're damaged in some way. They're doing this for a reason. Maybe that's in here. I'm not seeing it in the trailer. It just seems like he's nuts and cruel. So they got her trapped in this room. There's a window right behind her. So kind of probably should have covered that up. I mean, why couldn't she just break out that window and run away? Yeah, I don't know. Playing part cheesy. Oh, the terrible things they used to make you do in a traditional family. This is weird. Maybe it's inspired by the pandemic to some degree, which is why the face mask. I don't know. Would I see it? Probably not. Unless everybody told me, God, you were so wrong about that movie, which has happened. Maybe. But just looks like it's going to be, him, the lead actor torturing everybody mentally and somewhat physically for most of the 60, 70-minute run, and then the final thing where she develops a strategy to get out and then escapes somehow. A big twist would be she never escapes, and then she becomes one of them. That would be kind of a cool ending. I don't know if they've done movies like that. I mean, 1984 is like that, but that would be a twist. If you think, like, through the whole movie she's going to escape, and then, like, she just doesn't. She's there, and then they imply, oh yeah, she's there forever. That could be frightening. Will they do it? I'm doubting it. Maybe. I mean, it is an indie movie, it looks like. So I don't know. So it's called Daughter. Do we have a date on when it comes out? No date on its release. Yeah, the write-up is, a young woman is inducted into a bizarre family as their new surrogate daughter. I assume it comes out probably February-ish, somewhere like that. Probably goes direct to video. Maybe limited release. I mean, it doesn't look poorly produced or anything like that. It looks well acted. It's just, it's tiresome to me, this sort of, crazy guy runs everything until you can somehow outwit the crazy guy. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. I will be at the Pennsville Library tomorrow, that's Tuesday, at 7 p.m. for my talk on the Jersey Devil, and I'll bring all things Pineys. We'll see you in the next one.